Welcome to Common Sense Investing. My name is Cameron, and today I continue my journey in trying to find the next 10x penny stock. As always, I look forward to giving you introductions to good companies that also have the potential of being good stocks. Today I get to introduce and discuss some of the rewards and the risks of investing in CMI.V Satellites Inc. Their tickers are up here on the top right, and this is a dividend-paying microcap stock. So normally I don't talk a lot about what a company does, its products and its services. Mostly this is because I've seen companies with great products basically fail because they don't know how to run a business. A lot of the cannabis stocks, right, are a great example of that. I've also seen companies that really don't have a product that I like or a service that I like succeed massively because they're extremely good at running a business. They're great management, great business administrators. So I don't feel like a good product and service is always the best gauge or measure of whether a stock will be successful or not. But in the case of CMI.V Satellites, I have to make an exception. They have $25 million in working capital. They paid $25 million in shareholder dividends. They've had 48 consistent quarters of paying dividends, and they have no debt. They make satellite receivers, satellite antennae, and they've sold a lot of them, 10,000 plus sold. Their satellite antenna are diverse, to say the least. Driveaways of all different shapes and sizes, from small to large, flyaways, fixed, anything you want. They even make backpack antennae, just in case there's emergencies. This sells very well with, global climate change causing issues around the world with flooding and fires. More governments especially are buying this product. In fact, they have satellite antennae for oil and gas. They have antennae for banks. They have antennae for hospitals. Mobile ambulance, and you need satellite? There's CMI.V on emergency response. There's CMI.V on military. Really, CMI.V satellite antennae are everywhere. They sell it everywhere. But before we get to the numbers, I am not a financial advisor. I'm definitely not your financial advisor. This video is not financial advice. This is simply an introduction to the company, and I would like you to go do your own independent research to see if CMI.V Satellites is right for you. Because the problem with this well-established company that's been selling satellite receivers for a long time and really has all this potential is growth. In 2023, they saw a decline in revenue. Now, they were able to bring their expenses down, so they were still profitable with an operating income. However, anytime a company is selling less, that is a concern. As their revenue and earnings have been decreasing, their valuation has actually been getting worse. Price to sales of nearly 5, EV to EBITDA of 15. They are producing cash here though, and still paying dividends. So what the hell, Cameron? I mean, I feel like we've been hoodwinked here, right? You have this video introducing us to this stock with declining revenue, declining earnings. That's not bullish, that's bearish. What's the problem? Why am I making this video? I would say the inspiration of this video today on CMI.V Satellites is a company like Beware Holdings, who for many years was developing an emerging technology in emerging markets. And that takes time, that takes effort, that takes capital, that takes patience, that takes development. Finally, when they get a product market fit and investors take notice, after waiting for many years, all of a sudden share price just goes to the moon. In the case of CMI.V Satellites, they are in an industry, satellites, that is becoming more available to average people. It's becoming cheaper. All these companies are pushing it, whether it's Bezos at Amazon or Bill Gates with Microsoft. Companies are putting satellites out there and trying to build some business strategy around that. CMI.V is developing a new generation satellite receiver that is flat, right? So all these receivers that we were looking at here, they're huge. They're very hard to put on cars, trains, planes, whatever else you have, right? They have to move around to try to capture the satellites, so they're very clunky. They're large. They have a lot of moving pieces that can get damaged. This is what CMI.V is essentially researching, inventing, bringing to market, hopefully, which will completely change the industry from these massive trucks with these giant satellite receivers on them to this. I mean, you could put satellite antennae anywhere, right? Top of a vehicle, top of a plane, you barely see it. Top of a train, you barely see it. No damage, no pieces to damage, no clunky. It's not going to get knocked off, right? This is the future of satellites. If you could believe they could get it developed, to get a product market fit, get it shit tested, people are happy with it. The CEO has a recent interview saying that it is in the final stages of development. I will link to that interview down below in the pinned comment. Go watch it and see whether or not you believe whether this satellite receiver is ready to go, because once it is, this is a great company to at least put on your watch list to keep an eye for when this thing starts making money. Because right now it's not. When you look at this, revenue is not trending up. That's typically a huge concern for me. Valuation is not trending up. It's going in the wrong direction. Their earnings are going up a little bit. They're doing a good job of reducing expenses. They are cash producing while we wait. What do you think? Is CMI satellites at least worth putting on your watch list to see if this satellite antenna gets produced, and to continue researching fantastic companies like CMI Satellites, Kraken Robotics, so many others? Down below in the pinned comment, I will have a link to my Patreon where you could join myself and about 130 other people researching some of the best microcap stocks. Thank you for your time. You've been watching Common Sense Investing.